Hello, good evening. Welcome to our channel DVK Physics Classes. So today we are going to see another very important application of this thermal expansion of solids, and that is a bimetallic strip. Okay, so it acts like a thermostat or a thermal sensor like device. It can act, and we are using the thermostats or thermocouples or that bimetallic strips in iron boxes, refrigerators, and fire alarms. So in all those applications we will be using this bimetallic strip. Okay, now let us see how that bimetallic strip can act as a thermostat or a thermal sensor. Okay, so keep heading. So bimetallic strip, and we are going to calculate the radius of curvature of this radius of curvature of bimetallic strip. In this video we are going to calculate what is the radius of curvature of a bimetallic strip, right? So first of all, as the name itself says, bimetal means what? It consists of two different metals. It's made up of two different metals. See, for example, here I'm having a strip, a metallic strip having two different metals. Okay, so initially, say for example, both of them are having same length L, and this is also having same length L, but since it is made up of two different metals, so obviously their expansion coefficients must be different, and let it be both of them are at T1 degree centigrade initially. Okay, right? Suppose if this is heated to a high temperature T2 degrees centigrade, so then what happens? So initial length is same for both metals. Okay, and suppose if it is heated to T2 degrees centigrade, then what happens to the structure of that bimetallic strip? So here T2 is greater than T1 degree centigrade. Since alpha, say for example here alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2, or otherwise, see for example this one is brass and this one is of steel. For example, let us take this one is brass made and this one is steel made, and this combination is called a bimetallic strip. We know alpha of brass is equals to 18 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade, and alpha of steel is equals to here 11 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade. Means what here? See, alpha values means what? So whichever is having higher alpha value, that shows more expansion for the same rise of temperature. That means what here? Whenever we are heating this metallic strip to T2 degrees centigrade, this one is expanding more than this one, but both of them are welded like a single structure. Then how? This has to show more increase in length and this has to show less increase in length, because their alpha values are different. Since alpha B is greater than alpha S, so brass expands higher than this steel. Then what will be the structure? They are welded together. That means what? Strictly speaking, so brass should go like this and the steel should come like this. That means what? One length should be higher than the other length. Is it happening actually? No, it's not happening. So what happens whenever we heat this structure to a high temperature? A curvature takes place. Means what? The metallic strip bends into an arc shape. We just see here. So how we can show? We can show like this. So it bends like this. Okay, so this is just to show that it is forming an arc shaped structure. So now this structure becomes like this, because now if you see, for this brass the curvature is more and for this steel curvature is less. Means what here? The length of brass is higher than the length of steel after heating. Let T be the thickness of each metal in the strip. T is the thickness. Okay, or otherwise T we are using for temperature now, so therefore here you just take it as D as the thickness of each strip, each metal in the strip. Okay, so from here to here it is D, from here to here it also it is D. Okay, so from here to here it is D means what? Again from half it is D by 2, and this is another D by 2. Similarly this one is D by 2 for each one, because total thickness of each metal is D. So that one is, that means what? Now after heating, this bimetallic strip is bending into form of an arc. So this one which is having higher expansion coefficient will be on convex side, and this one which is having lower expansion coefficient will be on concave side. Okay, and if you observe, this one will be forming means for that arc we can define radius of curvature. So from the center of this one, so this is the radius of curvature of the bimetallic strip. So this is the bimetallic strip. So R is the radius of curvature of this bimetallic strip. So here R is radius of curvature. Radius of curvature of bimetallic strip. Okay, so why it is so obviously because its alpha value of brass is higher than alpha value of thickness of here it is each metal. Okay, since alpha b is greater than alpha s, so therefore here, so this brass will show higher increase in length, therefore it shows more curvature, means what, it will be on convex side and this one will be on concave side. That means what, the metal which is having higher coefficient of expansion will be on convex side and the metal which is having low expansion coefficient will be on the concave side. That is the conclusion. So now we have to get an expression for this radius of curvature of the bimetallic strip. So how, since initial lengths are same and now final lengths means what, now this is the length of brass after heating and this is curvature, this curvature gives the length of the steel after heating. So this one is at T2 degrees centigrade after heating, this is the structure that is formed, right? So now how to get the radius of curvature? So in any circle, say for example if the two ends of the structure makes an angle theta at the center of the arc, then so final length of brass, so let this one is a length of brass and this one is length of steel after heating. So now from the definition of thermal expansion we know length of brass after heating must be equals to initial length 1 plus alpha b into change in temperature. Okay, similarly length of steel after heating equals to initial lengths are same for both of them, therefore here it is 1 plus alpha steel into delta T, right? Rise of temperature is also same for both of them, right? So these are the lengths after heating, right? But if you see here, what is the length of this brass? So after heating, so this is the length, means with the curvature of this one, so this arc length is equals to the length of brass after heating. Similarly LS means what? So the curvature of steel, this is the length of steel after heating. So in any circle we know the relation between arc length and the radius and theta like this, right? So if you take any circle, say for example between 2 points on a circle A comma B, making an angle theta here and radius r, now AB is arc length here, AB is arc length, so that arc length is equals to simply r into theta. How? See for example when we complete 2 pi radians, okay, so here it is theta and this one is the length. Okay, so when we complete 2 pi radians, what is the corresponding distance completed? Covered 2 pi r. Okay, when we complete one round, angle covered is 2 pi radians, length covered is equals to circumference. Yes or not? Now for 1 degree or for 1 radian, how much length is covered? So total length covered divided by total radians or total angle. That means for 1 radian, okay, angle, then the length covered is radius. So arc length must be equals to r. For 2 radian angle, how much length will be covered? 2 radians. So for theta radians angle, how much will be covered? Length will be covered r theta. So that means what here? If any angle is theta, then the corresponding arc length must be equals to r into theta. That's what I am writing here. Okay, so therefore now for this LB is arc length, for brass after heating length is equals to, means final length of brass equals to initial length into 1 plus alpha delta T according to thermal expansion relation, right? Now but here the final length is nothing but this arc length only, na? So therefore arc length of brass is equals to here, so LB can be written as, you just see here radius means what, from here to the center of brass, so that is the radius of brass. So from here to here we know it is r. Okay, up to this point it is r and another d by 2 thickness is there, na? So this is d by 2 because total thickness of brass is d, but from the center of the brass we are taking the radius, so therefore r plus d by 2 is the radius, okay, into angle made by this curvature at center is theta, because arc length equals to r into theta, na? So that means why I am saying, so final length is nothing but this arc length. Okay, final length of brass or length at T, final temperature is equals to arc length. So therefore LB equals to here r plus d by 2 into theta. Similarly, final length of steel is equals to here LS equals to r minus, because up to this it is r, but we need only from this point to center, because from center of steel to center of this circle is now total r minus of this d by 2 will be there, na? So therefore it is r minus of d by 2 into theta. That's all. Now these values we need to substitute here, then we will be getting the radius of curvature expression. Just substitute the values. So r plus d by 2 into theta, this is the final length of brass. So initial length 1 plus alpha brass into delta T. Delta T is final temperature minus initial temperature. Similarly r minus of d by 2 into theta is equals to L into 1 plus alpha S into delta T. Let it be equation number 3 and equation number 4 and 1 and 2. Now you just take the ratio of, okay, now we don't need this figure now. Now it is only simplification. Okay, now take the ratio of equation 3 upon 4. Equation 3 upon 4 is equals to here. So r plus d by 2 into theta divided by r minus of d by 2 into theta is equals to here. So L into 1 plus alpha brass into delta T divided by L into 1 plus alpha steel into delta T. So L gets cancelled. So therefore here theta gets cancelled, just cross multiplication. So r plus d by 2 into 1 plus alpha s delta T is equals to, here it is r minus of d by 2 into 1 plus alpha b into delta T. Okay, so now you just expand here. So r plus r into alpha s into delta T plus d by 2 plus d by 2 alpha s into delta T is equals to r into plus r into alpha b into delta T, okay, minus of d by 2, again minus of d by 2 into alpha s into delta T. Okay, right. So here r gets cancelled. So now you just bring this d by 2 term one side, r terms to one side. So therefore if this term be you bring this side, so therefore here and this terms will go to that side. So therefore it is d by 2 plus d by 2 alpha s delta T and plus of d by 2 plus of d by 2 alpha s delta T is equals to this term I am bringing to this side. So therefore r alpha b delta T minus of this comes to RHS with a negative sign, r into alpha s into delta T. Okay, right. So here d by 2 plus d by 2, so d, okay, so d by 2 plus d by 2, it is d plus d by 2 alpha s into delta T plus alpha b into delta T is equals to, on RHS what we have, r into delta T we can take common, r into delta T we can take common, alpha b minus of alpha s. Okay, now r is equals to here, so d plus d by 2, so alpha s plus alpha b delta T divided by here alpha b minus of alpha s into delta T. So if you take here d common in the numerator, so 1 plus alpha s plus alpha b by 2 delta T divided by alpha b minus of alpha s into delta T. So this is the radius of curvature of the bimetallic strip. Okay, where d is the thickness of each metal in the strip, alpha s alpha b are their expansion coefficients. See here, for our understanding I have taken alpha s and alpha b values, but in practice see that bimetallic strip can be made of any two metals. Okay, so therefore here in this, let us generalize it. Okay, so if you generalize it here, we can take it here alpha b difference alpha s. Suppose if you don't know which one is having higher alpha than the other one, here always take you take the difference. Okay, higher value minus lower value and a change of temperature. Okay, and here anyway it is average value, d is thickness. Okay, so that means what the main point is here, always the strip bends towards the metal which is having low expansion coefficient, or higher curvature will be there for the metal having high expansion coefficient. See here generalization, suppose if you take this is the bimetallic strip initially having same lengths alpha 1 alpha 2. Suppose if alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2, then this expands more. That means what, its curvature must be higher, okay, than the other one. So therefore it bends like this when it is alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2, because its length should be higher na. So this curvature is higher than this curvature, so length should be higher for the one which is having high expansion coefficient, because rise of temperature is same, initial lengths are same for both. Obviously the one which is having higher alpha will expand more, so that will possible only when the metal having higher alpha will be on convex side. Okay, and suppose if alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1, so then what happens? So then alpha 1 must be on higher length side. Okay, so this one is alpha 2 and this one is alpha 1. Here it is alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2. So the one which is having higher expansion coefficient must be on convex side. Okay, so this is for this one. This is case 1 and this is case 2. Okay, that is very important. The metal which is having higher expansion coefficient will be on larger length side or larger curvature side, means what, on convex side, and the other one will be on concave side. That is very important. Okay, so this is the expression to calculate the radius of curvature, means what, after heating it becomes a on arc shape, and for that arc we can define radius of curvature and its value can be found like this. See here, the approximate value of radius can be calculated like this. So the approximate value of radius of curvature, is equals to approximate value of, means what, here I am making a small approximation. What is that here? So if you observe, alpha s and alpha b values are very small values of the order of 10 power minus 6 na? So therefore, so this term, if you neglect it, because compared to 1, this value is very small. Why? See, if you observe, alpha s is 10 power minus 6. Okay, alpha b is also of the order of 10 power minus 6, means what, 0.000001. Here also 0.000001, means what, here 5 zeros then 1. So 1 plus 5 zeros something is coming na? That means what, this factor can be very small. So that means what, here if this factor is neglected, then d into 1 becomes d in the numerator, and in denominator alpha b minus of alpha s into delta t. So this is the approximate value. We can say this difference. So higher one minus lower one. Okay, so therefore this term is very small compared to 1, therefore it can be neglected, then d into 1, okay, will be there here, and in denominator alpha b minus alpha s into delta t. So this is the approximate value of radius of curvature of a bimetallic strip. Okay, now let us solve a question to find out the approximate value of radius of curvature for a bimetallic strip. See, for example, here a bimetallic strip is made up of two metals. So one is of zinc, the other one is of silver. Okay, now for zinc it is given alpha zinc is equals to 32 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade, and alpha silver means what, alpha Az is given as 19 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade. If the thickness of each one is equals to 2 centimeters, okay, then find the, means after heating it, see initially if it is heated through 100 degrees centigrade, means what, the difference of temperature is 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, when the bimetallic strip is heated through a temperature of 100 degrees centigrade, then change of temperature should be equals to 100, right? It is heated through, means what, the rise of temperature is 100 degrees. Now what is the approximate value of radius of curvature? It is d upon, so alpha, here higher value is zinc, so take higher minus of lower. Okay, because radius of curvature cannot be negative, means what, here we know already which is bending on a higher arc side or which is bending on lower arc side depending on their alpha values. So therefore directly you can take it here, a higher value minus lower value. Okay, but we should know in which side it is bending, right? So the one which is having higher alpha should be on convex side, means what, after heating it, so it becomes like this. So zinc will be in this side because its expansion coefficient is higher than silver, therefore this will be the, so for this radius of curvature approximate value, so 2 centimeters means what, here 2 into 10 power minus 2 meters, and it is 32 minus of 19 into 10 power minus 6. Here difference of temperature is 100. Okay, so therefore here it is 2 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 32 minus of 19, means what, it is 13 into 10 power minus 4, so 10 power minus 2. So therefore here it is 2 by 13 into 10 square, means what, it is 200 divided by 13. So it will be 13 ones are 13. Okay, so 13 ones are 13, 70, 13 fives, okay, or 65, again 5 is there, 13 fours are 52, 13 threes are 39, so 11. So it will be this much meters. Okay, 2 centimeters is given thickness of the metal, so 2 into 10 power minus 2 is the meters conversion. So therefore 2 into 10 power minus 2, here it is 10 power minus 6 into 100, rise of temperature is 100, so here it is 10 power minus 4, and here it is 13. Okay, so 22 plus 10, 32. Okay, 10 power minus 4, here 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 2, if it comes here denominator plus 2 it becomes, so 200 divided by 13. Okay, right, so that is the radius of curvature of that bimetallic strip. right? So this is how we can calculate the radius of curvature of a bimetallic strip. So the main points are here. The metal which is having higher alpha will be on higher curvature side, means what, it will be on convex side, and the one which is having lower alpha will be on concave side. Okay, so that is very, very important point. So thank you very much. So keep learning.